The several aims for this paper is just to some kind of continuous studies, according to myself. In 2009, we present a paper concerning about the social structure changing according to the internet developments in China. And we raise a key concept of trying to understand the game, the social capital. And also the very key terms for some kind of internet studies. Another thing for this study is some kind of pilot study. For it's more like to highlight problems than offering possible solutions for Chinese internet developments. And also that we want to provide some kind of new ideas according to the long time of studies to Western paradigm of communication studies. Let's see that to look eastward, to look the real very booming development of Chinese internet, to find new ways or new paradigms on internet studies. We try our best. And this study was based on this research hypothesis. That means that there are three-dimensional grid zones. First one is the blind areas in location representing the less developed areas in China where television signals and internet access are not available. I mean that there are very poor places in China that, but now starting from 1996, the national program, namely Cun Cun Tong, literally means that reaching all villages, has tried to solve this kind of problem, this kind of gray zones. This is the first one. And the second meaning for gray zone is the blind point in information acquisition, which refers to the phenomenon that people know issues happened in the nation and around the world, but ignore local and community affairs. That is the second meaning for gray zones we studied. We have found that two studies has done in different places in different times, but although they different time, different places, they aim the same direction or the same conclusion. Says that one of the studies conducted in Macquarie in Sichuan province, one of the 2008 earthquake places, that people know what happens in China and other countries, but little about where they live and neighbor countries. And another study in Shilan County in Hubei province in 2010 testifies that communication gray zone make people to see things happening far away, but making them blind for things around them among ethnic villagers. That is the two case studies. From these two case studies, I draw some kind of, it looks like we find a framework or some problem from these case studies, saying that, okay, here it is. Lots of grand discourse was made by mass media, especially government-controlled mass media. But through mass communication, everybody knows a lot of grand discourses, a lot of grand national stories or international stories, but community messages by individual alternative medium was in a very low level. People know few of their affairs that concerning about their lives, how to improve their lives, how to pay taxes, how to do any kind of things concerning about their private life. That is the second kind of gray zone. And the third kind of gray zone refers to the sort of information through which an individual is supposed to generate ideas to improve himself towards perfection and to identify himself in the society. That means we got message not only for entertainment, but to improve ourselves to perfect. Everybody has these kind of feelings inside their mind, but not everybody can get these kind of results according or contrasting to the system or kind of government controls. So what caused the second and the third change of gray zones? That's the problem. How they get these kind of gray zones? according to our study, we find that at least some kind of very important reasons. Firstly is the changing of living model of China. Basically, everybody here who has been to China know a history that before 1990s, or we can say exactly before 1998, people in the city always living in 家属院 or 居委会. That means 家属院 means some kind of living buildings built by some kind of companies, by their units, by some kind of their corporations or some kind of things. That means workers who are working for the companies living within the same field, the same location. So we call it some kind of 家属院. And this kind of 家属院 was organized by some kind of very old peoples with red robes on their arms, and these most of the time are volunteers, saying that the communication within the 家属院, that means that the communication between them is one call way. That means if something happened within the community, then the volunteers will call somebody else. Oh, your phone, please take your phone. Then they needed to contact with some kind of email or QQ or some kind of other modern channels or modern medium, but just a call way. And you can find, even now, you can find this kind of peoples around some kind of communities. That is the old style of living styles. But in rural cities, in rural areas, and people are living in a very 熟人社会. That means Fei Xiaotong has said that a village without strangers, or society without strangers in the village. People live in very poor place, and they know each other very well, even the details of your private life. And some kind of 熟人, or without strangers. Okay, also, we can find some operas or some films, find this kind of peoples. They have their own family trees, and very big, and this very famous people, his family tree here. But now, everything are changing in China, living style. People, especially starting from 1990s, from 1998, the commercial residential building are booming. And more people are moving from very poor places to this kind of commercial residential building. And you can find from this corner that the real estate businessmen always exaggerate their community, saying that, okay, you are living even in some kind of a garden, saying like this. But in fact, when you move in, you are living in a cage, some kind of cage, like a bird cage. This is now the living model. So the living model changed the space. At the same time, it changed the style of communication. It means when you are living in some kind of 家属院 or some kind of community or society without strangers, people pay more attention or time for interpersonal communication. But after you move into the new commercial residential building, even the neighbors doesn't know each other, their name, who are they, what are their jobs, even after 5 or 10 years. For me, example, I didn't know my neighbor. I've been there for 8 or 9 years. I didn't know my neighbor. I didn't know who changed today his name, or yesterday who changed, the neighbor changed. I never know that. Oh, sorry, I will try to pick. Then the communication styles changed because of the living model. The second one is the challenge about the internet developments. I will skip because you can find all of these songs from the website that the Chinese internet development is booming. But this kind of booming is changing the communicating model. I mean, this when there's something happen on the street, some kind of then there was some kind of interpersonal negotiation or interpersonal bargain. But after they were reported by the mass media, then they will connect it with power and some kind of group interest. Then it will change into some kind of mass communication through mass media, right? Then people get messages and knowledges from mass media. But now everything changed because of the internet. Then if we change the communicating model to that one, we can find that another a serious dilemma, saying that more and more people are paying attention. All the ICTs, the internet provides more opportunities for interpersonal communication, but they are getting less and less of mass communication. They get less and less opportunity to mass media and mass communication. So what problem? These two pictures, when we put them together, we can find the third and the second gray zone, saying that between that. That means the mass communication before the internet, the communication control the government, control the mass media. They provide grand stories for us, but they pay very small attention about interpersonal communication. But now, the internet gives us more kind of interpersonal communication, but they have less and less opportunity to get access to mass media. That means through mass media to express their feelings, their interests, to get their feelings to be satisfied and so on. So this kind of gray zone exists. The way for us, or more some kind of solutions, we want to raise the issue is community communication. Community media, we can find from this framework that community media can provide us a lot of opportunities to get the community peoples integrated under some kind of umbrella terms or umbrella cultural terms. So community media has been developed for a long time in USA and in Europe. It's most of the time in 1960s to 1990s. And a lot of people, even in Asia, Nepal and India and Australia, they have kind of medium, the last minute. Okay, sorry. But now, today the internet become a key entry point for new community medium. Although the government control the traditional mass media, but the new internet can provide some kind of new community medium. Community medium in China, the gray zone, may be solved or to get some kind of ways to be solved through internet. Maybe the community media or community communication is not a very new concept among our researchers. But for community medium or communication, community communication for Chinese government is a new idea. We can promote this through next few years. That is the presentation. I hope you understand it. Thank you very much.